2025 and create new reality for ourselves and actually attract, not chase for things, but actually attract what you want in your life, in your business. So buckle up, let's get started. So today we talked about it and create new reality right now. My actually attract, not chase. People that I'm creating kind of a partnership, if you will, for some podcasts, which it's amazing new horizon for me creating a podcast right now, new transformation, something new that's happening. And we talked a lot about creating a reality and how can we do that? How can we create a reality that we want? So first of all, a lot of time we're thinking it's something different. And sorry for that. My dog is barking like crazy. That's the thing about doing live, right? So yeah, I'm in the office and there's some people who came in and my dog started to bark like crazy. That's the beautiful about live. You guys get to see it all. We're creating a podcast and we talked about how can we create a reality? How can we actually shift and pivot from the place we want? So a lot of times it comes, the first thing that it comes and how and what prevents us from creating new reality is the fears and limiting beliefs that we have. And I'm sure you all heard that again and again. And the thing is, first of all, we got to create awareness around those fears and limiting beliefs that happening in our life that actually stop us from reaching, closing new clients, closing new partnerships, closing new workshops or courses that you want to create, or bringing even something new into your relationship. A lot of time, these things stop us if we don't change, if we don't pivot, if we're in a survival mode, we're staying there and we're not able to actually change the whole mindset. So first of all is to become awareness and become aware to it. And I remember that when I had just the discussion with one of my clients. She was stuck for a couple years and she couldn't get ahead. She didn't understand what the hell is going on, why she's stuck, why she doesn't get any new clients. So we sat down and break it down. So first thing, it started from a trigger that happened in her life. Her husband got into some medical issues, and then she started to take everything in a very negative way. It's happening to me. God, why you're doing this? I will always think positive. I always believe that things happening, and now this happened, and I don't know how to cope with that, and everything happening, and I am not good enough. And all that was in her brain again and again and again and again. And then first we create awareness. What is happening right now? You're believing you can't do it. You are not enough and you are not worthy. Therefore, that means you are not able to close clients because you keep chasing and nothing happen because you're not in the right energy. Now, what do I mean about energy, right? It's not about just this spiritual thing, energy, woohoo. We're talking about scientific thing here. That when we are at a wrong energy, meaning our tonality, our body language, what we think is straight away go through a whole body system and our physiology change and our tonality change and what we say change as well. And therefore, the first thing that people notice is your body language. And if it's not aligned with how you feel and what you believe in, people will feel it straight away. Because it's not what we say, it's what we first show with our body. This is the first thing. It's around 70% is body language. The rest around 20% is the how we say it, the tonality, and then around 10, the rest of it is what we say actually. Because it doesn't matter what you say, it's a matter how you say it and how your body moves. If I come to you today and I was starting with, hey everybody, today we're doing Transformation Day, and we will talk how to gain momentum. Will you ever listen to a word that's coming out of my mouth? No, right? It's because the whole body language was down, and therefore the tonality is down, and I'm not able to bring any energy. But when you first bring your body or physiology, and then you're changing your tonality, everything change. And I remember I worked with her first on the limiting beliefs, changing them, become aware to them, and then start to change them. And then the physiology, how she said, because every time she walked into my office, it was like, I want more clients. Yeah, you can get more clients if your whole body is down and you're not believing you can do it. Therefore, you're not acting. And it's like when you're going dating, will you date someone if from 1 to 10, 1 is they have no energy, 10, they're like radiant of energy, they're confident, they actually know who they're worth. So 1, no energy, they don't believe in anything. Will you date a 3? Doesn't matter, man or woman. Will you date a 3? No, right? Because you don't want that in your life. So will you make business with someone that is in 3? Hell no, because you see that person doesn't believe in themselves. Therefore, they don't believe in their product. Therefore, you will not close the deal. No matter what amazing strategies you have in your hands. So it first comes here, physiology and tonality. So notice those 3 things and change them accordingly. That means if you notice that all day you're like that, with your shoulder down, take your shoulder up, start playing with your voice. It will bring more playfulness and it will give you more fun during the day and not just concentrating on, everything happened to me. Oh, what a word, what a word, what a word. We don't want that. So first, physiology, awareness first, then physiology, then tonality. Notice what happened with your voice. All right. If you're changing your physiology, make sure your tonality change as well. That means start to play high, low, play with your voice, see what you like more, right? Emphasis things and start to play with it. You will see how much fun you get into it. And when you play story or when you're talking about your business, people suddenly will notice something change and they will want to hear more of what you have to offer. And then you can actually close more clients like magic. So let's start getting that momentum right now by first changing your perception to the word, by first become aware, second change your physiology, change your tonality, and then I will give you one more tip here, which is the huge thing in my life. But before that, I want to give you a story time, right? I talked about perception of the world, right? The reality, changing the reality, attract more to us. So we need, like I said, changing the perception of life. What does it mean? Story time. So back then there were 2 brothers. Both of them grew up in a house with no money. They were broke. They didn't had a dime. They barely survived. Both of them said, I am going under, the balloon comes. I will make it. I will make sure that one day I will be a millionaire and I will make it happen. Both of them says that. Years later, one brother made it. He is a millionaire. He's actually a successful person. The other one is broke. He doesn't have any energy in his mind, in his head. So, with that being said, why that happened? Why do you think that happened? It's because one, no, he know that he will actually make it through. He knows that it will happen no matter what. The other one says, yeah, I will make it, maybe, and tried and kept blaming everyone, blaming his brother, blaming his family, blaming the people that he encounter, and therefore his whole perception is the word is cruel. And the other brother, the word is blessed, everything is opportunity. I love what I do. I get to do this. And when we actually, that shift of perception in the world, things change like that. You can close more deals. You can have your business lift to a whole new level. It's just changing the perception of the world. And it's like, have another awesome example. Who here loves Star Wars? Guys, let me know in the comments below. Who here loves Star Wars? I would love to know who is a fan like me here. So in Star Wars Episode 5, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong if it's not 5. So in Episode 5, Luke, there is a young boy named Luke. He wants to actually save the galaxy, but he doesn't know how. He needs to harness the power of the Force in order to actually win the threat of the galaxy, Darth Vader in that case, and the evil Emperor. So he got to first control this thing called the Force. And the Force is a power that you can move things with your mind, you can control mind, and so on. There's a lot of aspects to the Force, but basically it's a great power to harness. Then he go to study from a mentor called Yoda. He comes to his planet. He convince him to teach him. Then he starts training. Then one day Yoda takes him because when he reached the planet, his spaceships landed on a swamp and the swamp swallowed the spaceship. So Yoda tells him, lift with the force, lift the spaceship with your force. And then Luke said, I don't know, I will try that. I don't know if I can. Then Yoda says to him the iconic phrase, do or do not. There is no try. Then Luke said, okay, I will try. No, don't try, do it. Luke try, and he's like, I try. The spaceship moves a bit and goes down. And then Luke says, you see, I couldn't make it. The spaceship is so huge and big, and I am so small. Yoda says, it's your perception. It's how you see the world. You need to use the force and be part of it. And you half of his size. And yes, I'm not correct with the whole words. So Yoda says, I will show you. He'll lift with no problem the whole spaceship up, and he is half of his size of Luke. It says it's all in your mind. It's all how you see. If you believe you can't do it, you can't. So let's do a little trial right here. Okay, if you have a glass next to you, awesome. If you don't, go reach a glass. Now, please try to lift the glass. Try to hold it and pick it up. You don't try, right? You actually do it. You just lift the glass. Why? Because you know you can. Now, if you have the knowing and the faith, it's more than faith because you know you can lift it, you will lift it. So there is no try, you just do. So that means in your business, right after you start to change your physiology, you change your tonality, you aware to what is happening in your mind and you start to change it. Awesome. Now just act, do, make these actions count. So what is your goal for 2025? Let's get the momentum right now. I would love to hear it. Put it in the comments below. What is your goal for 2025? What do you want to achieve? And remember, it's a process. It takes time. It's not one day and boom, it happens. It takes time. It's a process of changing, becoming aware. So now that you know that you can lift the glass, right? You just lift it. It's the same when we go to sleep. You just know that you're going to wake up, right? But can we really know that we will wake up? No, right? But we know that we wake up. That's why we're going with safe feeling and wake up in the morning as we're going to, because we know we are going to wake up. But if we were at the place, at the perception that I'm not sure if I will going to wake up, you will never sleep. You will stay awake all the time until the body crumbles. But that's the point. You know, bring that knowing into your business. Bring that knowing of self-worth. Bring that knowing of that you can make it happen. And it will happen with a lot of strategies that you will get in this channel and for other places that you're learning. And I do recommend act now. Take that action, and you can start with building your brand that people know you and trust you and like you and buy from you. So in order, if you want those steps, how you can actually brand yourself and also with AI to save 60% of your time, click the link below in the description below. Take that to the next level with the step-by-step process. And remember, it's all a process. Right? I have this here. I have my Holy Four. I can talk about the Holy Four in the next episode if you want me to. Let me know. So in the Holy Four, if you notice, right, I put that here, this image on purpose. It's to anchor it for myself as well, because sometimes we do forget it takes one step at a time. Sometimes we forget it's a process and we try to reach and skip tons of steps and say, oh, that doesn't work. No, you just need to remember it's one step at a time and then you reach to the top. So remember, it's a process. Have grace to yourself. Bring that awareness, change your physiology, and take it one step at a time. Act, act. Don't try, do. Let's make it happen. What is your goal for 2025? We'd love to hear about it. Put it in the chat below. Do that action right now. Let's make it happen. And I can't wait to hear from you. Until next time, keep on going.